Hey, you're watching Vinyl for Miles, your best resource for music and audio gear reviews. Today we're checking out this beautiful acoustic electric guitar from Martin. This is the SC-10E. If you've been looking for a single cut acoustic electric guitar with upper fret access and the playability of an electric, well, this is the guitar for you. You're not going to want to miss out on this one. Stick around. Today we're checking out the SC-10E from Martin Guitars. If you guys are familiar with the channel or a subscriber, you may have seen my previous review I did with Martin, which you can check out up here. We took a look at their Inception Maple acoustic electric guitar. That is a single cut, top of the line, $4,000 acoustic electric. I absolutely fell in love with the instrument. It was probably one of the most full-bodied electrics I've ever played. Now, working with Martin, they wanted to send a few more guitars to the channel to do some more in-depth reviews, and they decided to send number 2, which is the SC-10E. Now, what's cool about this guitar versus the previous review is this is going to come in at a much lower price point. This is going to retail for $999 MSRP. This guitar is manufactured in Navajo, Mexico. It is using sapele wood, which is very comparable to mahogany, but it does come in a little cheaper. I think it looks really cool and unique compared to mahogany personally. It does have some Fishman electronics built in, which we're going to go through those specifications and features in a little bit, but the whole point of this guitar was to hit a new audience at a very affordable price point, and also it's targeted with this nice unique feature here, which is called the Shoreline Linear Dovetail Neck. Now what this does is it allows fast and high fret access for those players who are used to electric guitars. So if you're somebody who's looking for the playability and speed of an electric, but the full body sound of an acoustic electric, well, this guitar is going to have all of your bases covered. All right, so before we dive into the features and the specifications of this guitar, let's quickly talk about what you get when you purchase this guitar and what's going to come in the box. Now, Martin's website says that it may or may not come with a hard case depending on your location and availability. Mine came with a rigid soft case. Now, what rigid soft case means, it's going to be an upgrade from a gig bag. It does have that rigid frame on it, so it's going to give you some additional protection, but it's not quite a hard case. So let's take a look with some of the case candy that comes with it. You do get your price tag. You get this nice piece of wood that has a QR code that you can scan to learn more about this model and other important information. It does come with another tag that's probably meant for retail, and you could scan that QR code to learn more about the model. It does come with a discount card for some batteries if you're looking to get some replaceable batteries, and then it does come with the Fishman MX electronics instructions so you can figure out how to use the built-in onboard electronics with this guitar. Of course, inside the case, you're going to get your guitar, and this is the SC-10E electric. So why don't we go over some of the specifications and features of this awesome acoustic electric guitar. Now, let's start with the material being used on the guitar. We are going to have a sapele body. Again, that's something very comparable to mahogany. So if you're used to a mahogany sound, this is going to be very similar. But what you get with sapele wood is this really cool wood grain pattern. So that is not laminate, that is full wood grain pattern. Very cool, and it does kind of dance in the light as you move it back and forth. Now the body shape is going to be the same body shape that they have with the more expensive single cut models. So it's not a perfect symmetrical shape. I actually really dig it. More of a modern take on the acoustic single cut. Now the brace on this is called the Tone Tension X brace, which you can see on the inside here. So the stability and the longevity of this instrument is going to definitely be there because it is using a spruce wood material for the bracing system. It does have a 25.4 inch scale length. Feels really great. It feels really natural. This thing right out of the box was one of the easiest guitars I've ever played on. The fingerboard width at the nut is going to be 1 3/4. The neck shape is going to be the low profile velocity is what they're calling it. And the neck taper is going to be a high performance taper. You are going to get the MXT electronics from Fishman. Cool thing about this system is it comes with a built-in tuner. That is something that is just game changing. I wish I had this on all of my acoustic guitars. And the thing is, you can't even tell it's there. So the fretboard material is going to be a Richlite material. There is no binding on the guitar. So if you look at the side here, it's all just natural wood. Now moving up to the headstock, you do get the Martin & Co. logo on there in gold, which looks really nice. You do get chrome tuners, and these tuners are Martin branded tuners. And you are gonna get a white Corian nut up here. Now this unique neck profile, which they're calling the Sure Align Linear Dovetail Neck, I know that's a mouthful, but this really does feel like you're not playing an acoustic guitar when you're in the upper frets. Now the neck profile on here too, like I said, it feels really, really easy to play. It feels like an electric guitar. All right, so now we've gone over all of the specifications and features of this guitar, so why don't we do some sound demos? When I'm doing sound demos with acoustic guitars, I like to kind of show off the singer-songwriter capabilities of the guitar and the natural sound of the electronics built in. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go over a song with a little bit of singing so you can kind of hear what it would sound like if you were in a coffee shop or even a larger gig where you're going direct out of the electric using the built-in MXT electronics. So what you're going to be hearing is pretty much the closest thing you'd hear at a coffee shop or a live environment. So let's go ahead and do that demo.
Summer is miles and miles away. No one would ask me to stay. And I should contemplate this change to ease the pain. And I should step out of the rain and turn away.
I did no post EQ to that acoustic sound. That is directly what you will hear when it comes straight out of this instrument. I had the tone turned all the way to the left and the volume was about 95%. Okay, so the mic I was using for vocals, I am now angling it down here to capture the acoustic guitar. However, we're gonna start off just with the onboard electronics. I'm gonna go through the different tonal curves that you can get just using the onboard electronics. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just strum some chords here, and then I'm gonna change the tone so you can kind of hear what it sounds like direct in. So this is all the way to the left, which is the flat setting. So here's what it sounds like if you were strumming some bar chords. And that's all the way to the left, so now we're going to turn it towards the middle. Here's what it sounds like. And then we're going to go all the way to the right, and this is going to give you that kind of scooped mid sound. All right, so now we're gonna do a couple riffs here and showcase what it sounds like if you're doing some hard picking and then going finger picking, and how you can kind of use that tonal EQ here to kind of boost the playing style that you're used to. All right, so here's the riff. We're all the way to the left. This is the flat setting. All right, so if we move the EQ from all the way to left to the middle, it's supposed to sound much better for finger picking. Now we're gonna do some more open strumming, and I'm gonna mix in some of this mic here, okay? All right, so we went over all the features, the specifications, who this guitar is really manufactured and made for. We went through, did some demos, what it sounds like in a live environment, and all of the different tones and different playing styles that you can get out of this guitar. So let's get to my final verdict. What is my final feedback and final thoughts on this guitar? Well, for $999, manufactured in Mexico, coming with a semi-rigid case, this is a steal. I don't care where it's manufactured, if it's made in the USA, where it's made at, the sound speaks for itself. Also, the lower price point would give me more confidence to take this on tour, to gig with it. I wouldn't be so paranoid about somebody stealing my $4,000 guitar. This thing sounds great. The Sapele wood, it sounds very full-bodied. When this thing is plugged in, it's fast, it sounds great, it can cut through a mix. So if you are a lead guitar player, or if you play a lot of more modern acoustic styles, this is going to be the guitar for you. If you guys want some more information on the SC-10E, you can check it out in the description below. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think of the sound of this guitar, the price point? Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Michael. Thanks.